So we don't, out here in Colorado, we don't know a lot about Georgia Tech, right? What we've seen was Georgia Tech versus Georgia at the end of the year last year. I was tuned in, kind of like, man, who is Haynes King? Who are these dudes, right? Like I did this thing, and then you start seeing that, right? And you're like, man, that was fun to watch, right? So then I start digging into Georgia Tech because I seen they're on CU schedule, right? Again, you're out there in Atlanta with them. What are things that Colorado fans don't know about Georgia Tech that we should?
I would say the backup quarterback is the all-time leading passer in the state of Georgia. Um, he's the guy who's if Julian Lewis would have stayed his senior year, he would have broke the record. But that was the guy that you're aiming for. He had a really good he had a good freshman season. It was a few ups and downs, but you saw the potential, and they really like what he can do passing the ball. He's 1,000% probably the better passer of the two, but I think Haynes King has just a better overall grasp of the position. But it's almost like the same thing like with you and Caden Salter. Like you go with the experience, but the guy who's on the bench may be able to do some things that the first guy can't, but they're just young. And I think so that's one of the things, and I think that the running back room is really a three-headed monster. It's just not Jamal Haynes. They got guys. Right now on the depth chart, they had Trey Maddox as an or kind of candidate, but Trey Maddox is like 6'2", 220, a legend in Atlanta. Stayed home when he got hurt last year when he got his first opportunity. Went ahead and took a red shirt. But that's everybody in Atlanta thinks that Georgia Tech is going to out physical Colorado because that's the brand that Brent Key has been building. So we'll see on Friday, but they don't realize how physical this Colorado team is now in comparison to last year. But the buzz in Atlanta, no pun intended with Georgia Tech, but the buzz in Atlanta is really about how physical Georgia Tech is and how physical they plan on being with Colorado.
No, absolutely. And that showed again in that Georgia game. I've been talking about Haynes King, Eric Rivers, and Jamal Haynes, where you watch Jamal Haynes and you're like, man, and knowing that there's another running back behind him, hopefully them backers got it where they're ready to go. Jaheim Otis ready to go. Lightfoot's ready to go. Artem Walker, those, and again, I have no doubt they will be. But it is, I've seen teams, media outlets pick the Georgia Tech to win the ACC.